Just when it seemed Curtis Blaydes was on the cusp of earning himself the elusive UFC title shot that he has been chasing for so long, he suffers a devastating defeat, this time at the hands of Sergei Pavlovich in the UFC Fight Night 222 headliner in Las Vegas. A tough one for Blaydes, a bit of a puzzling game plan from him. He went in there looking to bang with Pavlovich from the bell. He did land some very hard shots, but Pavlovich able to take them well, keep moving forward and keep pressuring, and ultimately Blaydes folded to that pressure. Only one really half-hearted takedown attempt from him in this fight. Would love to hear him explain exactly why that was the approach. You'd have to imagine he wants to make the big statement, get the big finish, and put a stamp on himself getting a title shot with something impressive and highlight reel, but this obviously was not the right approach for him. He should have relied more on the wrestling and at least tested it. Maybe Pavlovich would have shucked those takedowns and he would have lost anyways, but I think he would have been able to maybe sleep a little better at night knowing that he gave the full effort with the strongest part of his skill set. It's kind of becoming somewhat of a pattern now. Of course, he's been close to the title shots before, lost some key fights, particularly against Francis Ngannou, Derek Lewis being stopped in those fights as well, and you just have to wonder if maybe we're getting to start looking at something that's a trend in his career going forward. But still a younger guy, one of the younger fighters in the upper tier of this division. I think faith for him going forward that maybe he will get over the hump, but he is going to have to go back and do the dirty work again and climbing through this division and putting a winning streak together, and hopefully he lands in the right spot. And as far as a fight that makes sense for him, he's also fought a lot of the people in the top 10 of this weight class already. Nothing really screams as super logical. The one that stands out to me if you look through the rankings would be against another Sergei, but this time Sergei Spivak, who is on a nice little run of his own and is an opponent who is yet to fight Blaydes in the UFC. I think Spivak, with what he's done in recent fights, has earned a step up in competition, a name in the upper tier like Blaydes, so I think that would be a good fight for both of them at this point. I think Blaydes would be the rightful favorite there, but certainly Spivak has an opportunity to prove himself that he belongs in the upper tier of that division. So some time off for Blaydes after being stopped by strikes here, but once he is recovered and ready to go, I think a matchup against Sergei Spivak is the right move.